children. It says that she passed the years of childbearing. They was more concerned about their old age. Sarah was. And Abraham was more concerned about being childless. They saw themselves as incapable of having children. But it said that Abraham believed God, but Sarah laughed. She laughed. Now Abraham could be doing, maybe God gonna bring a young woman by, I may marry her, get her pregnant. Maybe that's the case. Sarah said, well, I'm old, I can't have children. God promised him a son when he was almost 100 years old, when Sarah was almost 90 years old. Impossible. But God saw something deep down inside of them. He saw the youth in them. He saw the youth and he saw the fruitfulness of them. Even though in the outside, they look like dried up raisins, and in the inside, they look like fresh plucked bananas. I know it's a bad comparison. I'm trying to get you to understand. They're old and you can't have children. You old. This ain't the days of Noah or the days of those who are old. Now man's lifespan has been cut short to 120 years of age. I can't have children. God, how is it possible? They saw the outside. They saw their age. But God said, I see the fruitfulness inside of you. I see what you can produce. Some of you are well old in age. And God's telling you you're going to travel the world. He's telling you you're going to write books. He's telling you you're going to be a great singer. He's telling you you're going to be a great leader. He's telling you you're going to be a great mother or a great father. He's telling you you're going to own your own business. He's telling you you're going to be on a national stage. He's telling you you're going to cross the seas and go into the foreign countries. He's telling you that all these things are going to happen. Or how successful you want to be in your old age. You say, how can this be? How can I get married at 30? How can I get married at 40 or 50? How can I have a child at 40? You know what the rate of my child being healthy is? Or you know that the rate of those going back to school, how hard it is now, God? How can I go back to school and get a degree? Become a doctor? How can this be possible? God's saying you're so concerned about the outside when the inside you are fruitful. You are young in age. See, when God looked at Sarah and Abraham, they was like little babies in him because God he's called the Ancient One. He's called the Ancient One. He's, we are all his children. God, man, y'all, you're like, Abraham was like 2 years older than God. And he was 100 in our time. But God sees something great inside of you. And he says, stop being concerned about your old age. Stop being concerned about where you are in life. Because inside you are fruitful and you will be great. He said, Abraham, can you count the stars? If you're able to. This is how great and numerous your descendants will be. And it says that Abraham believed and it was counted unto him for righteousness. Some of you are laughing like Sarah. Me go to college. Me own a business. Paul Ryan's mom, Congressman Paul Ryan's mom, went to school when she was in her 50s and owned her own business. She believed that she could do such a great thing. So what about you at 45? You can have children. We must have that unbreakable faith. We must believe without a shadow of a doubt. He said that we can tell mountains to move. Because the faith is great. Stop looking at the outside, because God said, I'm more concerned about what I put inside of you. God would never call you to do something if it has not yet been put inside of you. Look at Exodus 3. And we hear of Moses. Exodus 3 verse 11. And it says, but Moses said to God, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh, that I should bring the children of Israel out of Egypt? So he said, I will certainly be with you, and this shall be a sign to you that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you shall serve God on this mountain. Then Moses said to God, indeed, when I come to the children of Israel and to say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they say to me, what is his name? What should I tell them? Chapter 4, verse 1. Then Moses answered and said, but suppose they will not believe me or listen to my voice. Suppose they say, the Lord has not appeared to you. Look at verse 10. Then Moses said to the Lord, O my Lord, I am not eloquent neither before nor since you have spoken to your servant, but I am slow of speech and slow of tongue. So the Lord said to him, who has made man's mouth? Or who makes the mute and the deaf and the seeing or the blind? Have not I the Lord? Now therefore go, I will be with your mouth and teach you what you shall say. Abraham was concerned about his qualifications. He says, what proof do I have? What if I go to the children of Israel and they ask me, what's your name? What should I say? He says in verse 14, I am who I am. God said, okay, I understand that you're a little bit scared, Moses, but inside of you, you are a great leader. Moses was so concerned about his qualifications that people would not believe that he's seen God. That after God saying such a thing to him, he says to him in chapter 4, well, God, suppose that they do not believe me or listen to the voice saying that the Lord had not appeared to you. Say that they don't believe in me, Lord. God said, well, what's in your hand then, Abraham? What's in your hand then, Moses? And he had a rod. He said, cast it on the ground. It became a serpent, and Moses was scared. And he put his hand inside of his shirt, inside of his bosom. Came out, it was leprosy, and he poured the water out, and there was blood, and all these things happened. God was showing Moses that you are qualified to lead Israel to the promised land. But Abraham wasn't seeing. But Moses wasn't seeing it. I don't know what he called Abraham, but Moses was not seeing it. Then he goes on in verse 10. He says, well, Lord, I can't really talk right. I'm not a good speaker. I'm slow in speech and slow of tongue. And God said, well, am I not he who made the mouth, or he who teaches, or he who makes the mute, the deaf, and the seeing, and the blind? Am I not the Lord? He called Moses to lead the people to the promised land. He was concerned. He compared himself to others. I'm not Abraham. I'm not Isaac. I'm not Jacob. I'm not Nimrod who led the people to build a Tower of Babel. I'm not Noah who built the ship. I'm not Joseph. I'm not Simeon. I'm not Judah. I'm not these people, God. I can't do this. Some of you are called to be great leaders, and God has shown himself to you in great many ways. But you're afraid of what people may think of you. You're afraid of what they may say about you. You didn't see God. God wants